What we have in mind is breakfast in bed for 400,000.
We are talking with author Michael Murphy. 9 books to his credit and a brand new one out August 12th, The Yankee Club.
Right, The Yankee Club. It's the first of a 4-book historical mystery series set in the 1930s Prohibition era in New York. I mean, how fun is that?
Yes.
You know, gangsters,
more
and
history,
speakeasies.
nostalgia, whatever.
Right, I really enjoyed it. I actually had trouble transitioning from Goodbye Emily. I think it's because the characters were so similar to me, or I was going through some of the things the characters did, and I really had some questions in my mind about what I wanted to do next. But I was watching a marathon on the Thin Man Marathon, which is one of the reasons I like your station, because I like classic television, classic movies, and I was inspired by the Thin Man to write The Yankee Club because I wanted to create a male and female mystery detective team. I wanted to capture the humor that Myrna Loy and William Powell brought to their roles in The Thin Man. So it's been well received, and The Yankee Club, it's a fun read. It's got a lot of humor.
Because it's set in the 20s.
1930s. It's just
30s.
Before the end of Prohibition, right? And that Prohibition gave rise to a lot of organized crime, gangsters, and there was a lot of there were over 100,000 speakeasies in New York during that time, and the Yankee Club is one of the speakeasies.
And when you talk about speakeasies, these are private, secret clubs.
That's right.
Much for
drinking
liquor.
was illegal, and you had to knock on the door and have either a password or a ID card or something. And I go into some of the details of that. But also because it was the 1930s, I was able to bring in some historical figures. So you get to meet, I won't mention all of them, but Babe Ruth, Cole Porter, some of those drop by.
And those things are historically accurate
yes,
when you put those in your book. So that's what I love about great fiction, is that you can learn things about what actually happened while you were getting attached to the characters and how they're living. Well, yeah, Prohibition was such an interesting time. Everything, they didn't stop drinking. It just went underground, became more dangerous. And, you know, unfortunately, everyone would like to think the drug on war actually works, but it's sort of, in my mind, the same kind of thing.
There are very similar experiences, especially the rise of organized crime in the 30s as a result of Prohibition against alcohol, and the war on drugs today, and the rise of
yeah, you see the same thing.
drugs.
I mean, you know, what are you supposed to do, except you kind of have to learn from history, I would...
Well, the old saying is that if we don't remember history, we're bound to repeat the same mistakes. So.
Now, this man and woman who are your heroines in this, heroes and heroines, whatever, the leads in this, you're going to bring these back. I mean, this is the beginning of a 4-part series? Right,
it's the beginning of a 4-book series. The second one, All the Glitters, comes out in January. I'm excited about that because Jake and Laura, Laura is a Broadway...
Wait a minute, that's like General Hospital.
Well...
Wasn't it? Seriously,
Jake,
years ago.
I don't know. I didn't... I was working then in risk management.
I remember I had 2 weeks off and I thought, oh, I'll just watch General Hospital for 2 weeks, and oh man, by 2 weeks I thought, how people stand this stuff? It was horrible. It's like Jerry Springer fictionalized.
It made you get back to work?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jake and Laura, they go to Hollywood. In 1933 Hollywood, it was called the naughtiest and bawdiest year in Hollywood history, at least up until then. So
naughtiest and bawdiest.
again, we get to meet some of the historical people of that time, and in a more traditional murder mystery where Jake gathers the suspects at the end of the novel and reveals who really did it, and it's a lot of fun as well.
Well, you know, we have to say that you're going to be at the Prescott Public Library coming up for a book signing and talk.
Right, on Thursday, September 25th at 10 a.m. I'll be at the Prescott Public Library. I'll be talking about Goodbye Emily, the Yankee Club, and if we have time, I'll be talking to people about how to write novels. One of the great joys of becoming a writer is to help other people develop the novel within themselves. And people who have life experiences, they have a novel in there, but they don't always know how to get started, keep going, and finish a novel.
And sometimes people just have one. I mean, look at Margaret Mitchell. For heaven's sake, she wrote another one and then felt it couldn't live up to Gone with the Wind, so she destroyed it.
Right.
And so, yeah.
One of the best novels of all time.
Oh, indubitably.
Right. But what did she do after that? You know, what would I do? If,
what would you need to do? I guess not. But yeah, it would be very, very difficult, and having a huge success like that would be hard. But 9, you got 9, and so you'll keep it going with Jake and Laura, different through the eras, the next few. That's
right. I'm working on book 3. I have a deadline coming up. As a matter of fact, when I get back, I have to work on that. But it's a journey of joy, and I really enjoy the experience of creating characters that readers enjoy getting to know.
And why the mystery thing? Why did that appeal to you?
You know, one of the advice I give people who are interested in writing novels is to write not about what you know, like risk management.
Not about what you know.
but to write about the type of books that you like to read. So if you enjoy reading romance novels, you should probably write a romance novel. And I liked Dennis Lehane and Nelson DeMille. Those are my favorite mystery writers. And so I try to not aspire to be them, but I try to learn from them. And I enjoy creating a mystery, and hopefully the readers do as well.
Well, sure, because it's a fine art of building the suspense where, you know, you put a little tease in there so you know something bad is going to happen or whatever without giving it away.
Right.
I have a friend who reads the last page of her mystery novel before she starts. It's like, really?
Oh my gosh.
Are you so afraid of life? Talk about risk management. She's afraid to...
I've heard about that, but to me, the enjoyment is the journey and getting there. And you know, you're going to miss out a lot of other stuff. If there's one theme common to my novels, it's humor. And you know, because life is funny, and if you can't enjoy life, you know, through
it's humor. At least absurd, but if you can make that, you know, enjoy that as humor, for sure. Right. So, did you get? Do you feel like you've really gotten better as you've written book to book to book?
Definitely. My original novel, The Class of '68, won the Arizona Authors Association unpublished novel, first place. And when I look back at that original draft, it's really it's disappointing because I've learned so much over the years. I've learned from other authors and reading other authors, but just in developing my craft, it's been an interesting process. I learn all along, and you know, I might be in my 60s, but I get better every day with every novel.
The more you do it, the more,
absolutely.
Yeah, of course, the life experience, but
like
just doing and doing and doing. I hope, you know, I just hope you do the best you can. Well, I know with J.K. Rowling's whatever, with the Harry Potter series, I remember reading on her 4th book, a critic said she is so much better now than she was even on that first one, which was, of course, hugely popular anyway.
Right.
But it is a craft, and again, you're going to be at the library Thursday, 10 o'clock.
Right. I hope to meet people who want to talk about Woodstock or Goodbye Emily, the Yankee Club, or just talk about writing and how they can write a novel.
Because it is daunting. You know, I started out in journalism, and when you're writing 12 to 20-inch stories, it's different than writing a 300-page book.
Definitely, it is.
And that's a daunting task. So you're kind enough to share your wisdom again, 10 o'clock at the Prescott Library. And
I'll be there.
Wonderful, and I can't wait to read your books.
All right.
All right. Thanks so much, Michael
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you joining us.
Thank you.